Executive Director of the Institute for Energy Security, Nana Moesi VII, is worried about the proposed measures within Ghana's energy sector as outlined in the new patriotic manifesto. He outlined specific measure proposals by the NPP, which included combining the PRC Commission with the Energy Commission, merging the Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, with the Northern Electricity Distribution Company, NEDCO, and consolidating We Power Authority with the Volta River Authority. Let's speak to Nana Moesi for more on this. Good afternoon, and also we'll have Kojo Poku at some point to also react to Nana Moesi's concerns. Good afternoon, Nana Moesi, and you have concerns about the timeline, specifically about the proposed measures as outlined in the NPP's manifesto. Please throw more light on that concern for us.
Thanks for having me, MFA. Good afternoon to you and to your viewers. MFA, we state clearly that there is nothing wrong with merging two entities for purposes of achieving economies of scale and also enhancing efficiency, so that the bottom line of these two companies put together will be increased or will be improved. And it's a strategic move used by many countries, many entities, and many companies. And so there's nothing wrong putting two companies together. But what we are saying is you don't put two limping companies together and expect them to be a stronger entity. What we are saying is before you take such a move, look at the timing. For instance, government is attempting to merge the We Power Authority with that of the VRA. These entities are producing hydro power, but VRA goes a step further to produce thermal power. A chunk of the power produced by VRA from the hydro segment is directed to the ECG and VACO. These two companies don't pay their bills, and if they do pay, it's not on time. They owe the VRA a chunk of money. And so today, the VRA is surviving on the thermal assets, which most of its generation is directed to the export market, so they get quick cash. And that's what is keeping VRA afloat, because their money is locked up in ECG. That is one. Number two, they are attempting to hive off this thermal asset that's sustaining them and call it a different entity. And so if you're going to add VRA Hydro to Bui Hydro, then VRA is going into this merger from a very weak position financially. It's going to hurt We Power Authority. You won't achieve your intended purpose. And so what we are saying is today the VRA is struggling from its hydro sales because the ECG and NEDCO are not performing. The high commercial losses, the technical losses, is impacting the entire sector. It is also not making the cash waterfall mechanism work effectively. And so let's go and work on the inefficiencies and the leakages in the distribution segment so that all the entities, the fuel supplier, the fuel transmitter, the generator, including the VRA, will be made financially sound before we attempt such a move. So the timing is wrong, MFA. Okay,
and so in your estimation, how many or how long do you think that we should take to solve at least or curb the issue in the revenue collection side, especially ECG? And then you'd say that ECG would have been ready for us to merge these companies together.
We admit that it's not going to be tomorrow because the kind of hole that has been dug in the ECG, it's almost like a bottomless pit. Right. And so it's going to take us quite a time to do that. We need to invest in the ECG, in the transmission grid, in the distribution grid of ECG in particular, and of course work around working effectively the cash waterfall mechanism before. It could take a year or two, but that could be a good timing than to rush.
And then also the call for privatizing ECG, if that should go through successfully, do you think that the concerns of measure would also be a feasible concern?
Well, the most important thing that we are looking for today is not really a measure or whatever. What we are looking for is a strategy to ensure that the ESG's inefficiencies has been addressed and that they are sound and their actions is not impacting negatively on the entire sector. And so first, let's go. If it will take the privatization to bring up what we want, so be it. And I'm sure this is a step that we could have taken a long time ago, but for our own mistakes and our own poor handling of the PDS ECG approach, that's where we are today. But it's not too late to go back to the table and look for an alternative and find better ways to ensure that we are value for money, devoid of greed and corruption. And of course, we'll be in a very good position as a country.
Many thank you for talking to us, Nana Moise. Now let's